Growing up, I kind of got into the wrong crowd, and so I knew what I had to do, but it's easier said than done, especially when you don't have help and support.
I would just say that I was very lost and I had a low sense of self-esteem because I just wasn't happy with myself and where I wanted to be in life.
I've had friends who lost their lives and other things and who aren't here today because they didn't have people pay attention to them.
UYES arose because of not only a perceived but a real problem that we were able to use data to confirm and use evidence to suggest that we really have to engage young people. If income poverty is a problem, then we have to get more income in people's hands. You can do that in two principal ways, through employment or through benefits and entitlement. And if you wait for benefits and welfare rates and EI rates to get to a point where a person can live in dignity, you're going to be waiting a long time.
We know now that generational trauma literally lives inside of people. So knowing all of that, it's not a case where we can just say, now that you're an adult, you should be able to pull up your bootstraps. It would be great if that was true, but it's not.
The dynamics are pretty staggering. A child poverty rate of 50%. So that's 1 in 2 kids without food security, without housing security.
Common things that we hear would be challenges around transportation, challenges with mental health, challenges with housing, as well as looking for support in building independent living skills, building their soft skills, their time management, communication, stress management, looking for a space where they can build their confidence and explore their interests. They're also looking for a space where they come in with a clean slate.
Everybody deserves that second chance to move on with their lives. We need to give youth the resources, the opportunities, those open doors that they can walk into.
I know everybody has a story. There's no judgment, there's no anything other than you're gonna come here, we're gonna try to teach you something that you can take with you in the future.
That chance, that opportunity to thrive and build a life after crisis, to build a life beyond crisis.
As much as my title is case manager, I kind of think of myself as like a professional friend who just can hang out and be present for an individual and let them know that whether they need help or not, I think getting acclimated to the idea that it is completely okay to ask for help is hugely important, and I have never seen that so intentionally taught as here.
What UYES does is provide alternatives and choices for young people who face barriers to employment and education goals.
We have a youth academic program called GOALS, and that stands for Growing Occupational, Academic, and Life Skills, and it acts as an alternate high school setting. So we work with youth between the ages of 16 and 25, and we are unique. There's no other community program in our province that offers this as an option. Our job developer and our coach work really closely with them to identify their employment goals, help them put together a resume, help them write cover letters, help them prepare for job interviews. There's a lot of coaching around the realities of going to work, so preparing for a job, understanding some of the barriers that someone might be facing and how we're going to work through those on the job. And then we offer 6 months of post-employment support as well to try to help people retain their employment. 90% of the youth that engage in the program experience success and are able to achieve their goal.
It's the necessary kind of building blocks all humans need, which is support, understanding, opportunities, and a safe place to be able to do it. And so that's what UYES provides for our young people.
That's what's cool about working with youth, is they do want more for themselves. And this is like a place that offers opportunities for them to kind of move beyond what they might have thought was possible for them.
And because they take the lead on their goals and their plans, that gives them some power for their decisions, and that makes them feel really, really good. So they want to work even harder to continue to feel that.
The more youth are able to really take charge of a piece of the community, the more they become an integral part of how we view St. John and how St. John functions. So the more we invest in them, the more we invest in our community, the more we invest in our city.
The UYES program has just been a profound change to St. John Rothsay. We believe that government can have a major impact on people's lives with quality programs. I want to see the UYES program become a permanent fixture. I want to see that funding continue for Human Development Council because I see firsthand the impact it is having on hundreds of youth in the riding, that's absolutely not just changing their lives, but saving their lives.
A young person told me that we'd saved his life, which was obviously a big thing to hear, and he said that he really wasn't sure if he was going to make it, and he has been attending just really for a couple of months. And so the fact that someone felt comfortable to say that to me, and the fact that we're providing those kind of supports and that safety is vital. It really struck a chord with me because so many young people are struggling.
People slip through the cracks. You saw the cyclical effort of poverty continue and be repeated generation after generation in the city, and we need to make sure that we're doing something to stop it. And programs like this stop it in its tracks.
Honestly, I was pretty lost. I didn't think I was going to have a successful future, but UYES has done a lot for me, and I'm working towards goals. With a GED and maybe some college, I could go anywhere.
Well, before, my mental health was stopping me from being able to reach my full potential with my schoolwork, but because of here, I actually had a safe environment and was able to learn.
You're slowly getting out of your family's pattern, basically. You can choose your own pattern. As long as you go to school and you go to work, you're building your life slowly but surely, one step at a time.
I feel like I have a clear direction of where I now want to go. I feel supported in the sense that I have a team where if I need help, if I need to find those answers, they will gear me in the right direction towards my path.
Coming here has definitely opened me up. I'm more willing to talk to people. I take more of a leadership role now. I get to give back to the people who helped me so much, and it means a lot to me.
The carpentry program's been awesome. I want to be a carpenter, I want to be the best, I want to be the best that I can be. And this is the greatest opportunity that I've ever had.
People need to recognize that this program does a lot for our community. It's a great program. It's wonderful.
It definitely helped me, and I wouldn't have been able to get as far as I have gotten. Also, the community's nice, so it's a bunch of cool people that are just trying to help out.
When we partner up to tackle things like poverty, homelessness, education needs, and so on, we can have a real impact. We can fix the systems if we have the collective will. We can listen to young people and ask, what happened to you, instead of what's wrong with you. And we can recognize that some of us are where we are because of a genetic or geographical lottery and are in positions to lend a hand and share our good luck. UYES allows us to do that so that people's past doesn't define their future. We're in a position to use our collective agency to build a city of neighbors who know one another and who want the same good fortune for others that they want for themselves. We have the momentum for this, and I believe we'll see it grow.
Funded in part by the Government of Canada's Youth Employment and Skills Strategy.